What's good? What's hood? We are back with another trade breakdown. I'm actually going to be breaking down two trades that I took, one from yesterday, one from today. I didn't get a chance to break down yesterday's trade, so I'm going to do it in this video right now. But before we get into that, all right, we're 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away from the Discord dropping. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys tap in. I've said it so many times, literally on every video. It is a place where, it's free. It's a place where people can come in, join the community, get some trade ideas from me, live trade with me on Fridays for the ones that are just doing the free portion of it. For the ones who are paying for the Discord or who want to pay for the Discord, you'll be live trading with me every single day, as well as have one-on-ones with me. So it's kind of like a mentorship for a monthly price. All right, it's not gonna be too much, but it's gonna be beneficial. So again, August 15th, Discord dropping. All right, let's get into this video. All right, y'all. We are going to break down these two trades. One from yesterday, that was a dub. One from today, that was a dub. The one from today actually helped me pass another challenge account, so I got another funded, and we're gonna keep racking them up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they give it to me, I'm gonna take it. So another funded account under my name, and we're just gonna keep racking them up until, you know what I'm saying, we get enough money in our personal accounts to where we're just doing, you know what I'm saying, trades on our actual personal accounts and no longer have to do funded accounts. But we stacking until then. But let's get into this particular trade from yesterday. I'm gonna do the replay really quick just so you can see where we're at. Yesterday on the daily time frame. Actually, let's do, what's this? Thursday? Yep. On a daily time frame, you can see that we are bearish, right? So at this particular time, I'm only looking for sales. There's really no reason I should be buying right now until we break some structure on the higher time frame. Until then, I only can sell. Now, the only thing about this is because we are making all-time lows, there's no data for me to play with when it comes to where my profit target is. So a lot of these trades I'm taking based off lower time frame structure, right? So my take profits and my stop losses are based off lower time frame structure. I can't really hold them that long just because I don't know when price is going to reverse on me. But let's get back into this. If you see on the daily time frame, we've got this bearish candle that happened on Wednesday. This is the Thursday's breakdown, but on Wednesday we had this bearish candle that, you know, basically just told me, okay, we're looking for more sales. All I need right now is just some sort of pullback in order to have continuation. For me on a daily time frame, all I'm looking is to get into price at if I'm selling above the previous day close, right? Or if I'm buying below the previous day close. For today, if price closed, let's bring this back. No, that. For yesterday's setup, price closed in this area right here, right? So this is yesterday's low. And then this is yesterday's high. Right? So if this is yesterday's low in this area right here, let's do this. Make it a little bit easier. Previous day low and then previous day high. Right? These two right here are from today, but if from yesterday's trade, if these are Wednesday's previous day high and previous day low, I want to catch a sell somewhere in this area, right? I don't want to sell when we're already below the previous day's closing price. So I'm looking for price to just give me some sort of pullbacks and into some sort of equilibrium or premium or discount. In this particular setup is the premium. I'm looking for price to come up. So if I go to the 4 hour, if this is the high and this is the low, what do I see? I see a 4 hour fair value gap sitting right there that was at the time untouched. Let me bring the bar here so you can see it a little bit clearer. I don't want to take this off yet just because I have to break down today's trade. But for yesterday's trade, simple retracement into a premium. As long as it rejects, as long as it's showing me that we have some rejection in that area and it's closing the way I want to close, I'm going to look for that sell. So on the 4 hour, you can see that we are rejecting and hitting that 4 hour fair value gap. If I go down to the 1 hour, same thing, right? This 1 hour closed with a doji, so I'm looking for on the lower time frame some sort of displacement to the downside. So if I go, let's take this bar off. Let's go. All right. So if I'm on a 1 hour currently, if I go to the 15 minute, right? Now I'm gonna be real with you guys. I got stopped out. They got me before news, right? So I had originally gotten into this trade um once I saw price break this low and give us a small pullback, right? Now here's the thing when it comes to stuff like this. I have to start waiting for my displacement, bro. Like I could have probably prevented this wick right here because it got me. I probably could have prevented that first loss, that first L. Um, for one, if I had just waited um, until news, I waited after news, and then for two, if I wait for my displacement, right? I keep pushing that, and I did not do that this time. Now, the original displacement that I was looking for could have been here, but I feel like even if I would have took this off this displacement right here, I still would have got stopped out. So I feel like I probably was gonna get stopped out anyway if I took a trade before news, but it is what it is. We end up hopping back again because the place still the trade still played out, right? We took liquidity up here, and then on a 15 minute, you can see we had a huge displacement, but I ended up getting in on a 5 minute break of this candle right here. Now the reason why I didn't get in on this particular candle, which is usually my my setup or my strategy, is a break of the previous low, is because none of these were bearish candles, right? So I'm like, all right, on a 15 minute, we've got this, we've broken this low. I mean, on the 15 minute, we've broken this particular candle. Now, if I would have waited for my usual strategy of a bearish candle and a break of that bearish candle, I probably wouldn't have been able to get into this trade. But because on the 5 minute, this one particular candle engulfed 1, 2, 3, 4 candles, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get into this trade, and I'm just gonna have to accept the risk, right? So this wasn't a plus setup, but it was a setup, which means like it gave me multiple confirmations, at least 3 confirmations. All right, so if you go back to the 1 hour, it just looks a lot cleaner. This was a super simple setup. Waited for price to come into a premium, which also had a fair value gap sitting at that level. A premium because this was a 61% retracement and rejection above the 50%, so we're at a premium. And then I got the rejection I needed. We also took liquidity up here after news, which was more confirmation the fact that we had this huge push up after news and failed to close above. That told me, okay, we're probably going to want to continue down at least to these lows and probably to the previous day low, which it did. I end up getting out right here. Let's take some of this off. It's so not clean. I end up getting out at this low right here. Previous day low was this particular low, but I just got out right here because I hit my 1 or 2 target, and I had already taken a previous L, and I just wanted to make sure that I recoup that and got some profit. Now the profit was only about $600, but again, that's because I took an L of about $1,400 yesterday, and then my next trade was about $2,100, so it was about a little over $600 of profit. Let me show you guys. The P&L for yesterday. Go. All right, so the P&L for yesterday was a $640 win after taking the initial $1,000 loss. Wait, no, go back. Here's the day for all of yesterday. I took a $1,400 loss and a $2,000 win. That gave me a $600 total profit for the day. All right. Let's go into today's trade. Take this replay off. Today's trade, it was a little slow. I wasn't really as confident in this trade just because we weren't at a premium of the full move that I was looking for. However, after a lot of confirmations and after a lot of rejection, I end up deciding to take the trade, and I'm glad I did because I was able to pass my account with it. All right. So let's break down why I got into this trade. Let's take some of this off. All right. So again, as I show you guys why I get into trades, you should be able to understand my strategy at this point without me breaking it down. If you are really paying attention, right? I mark off my daily highs, my daily lows. So yesterday's daily high and daily low are right here, right? So for me to get in, I just need price to retrace or pull back into a premium or a discount or some sort of support or resistance, depending if I'm buying or selling. And because I'm particularly selling at this point, I want to sell above the daily close, right? Yesterday's low. So I'm looking for price to just come up into this point. I'm not going to break it down all the way just because it's going to be a long video if I did. So with yesterday's highs, I'm actually going to take off this right here. We're only going to look at today's. All right. With yesterday's highs and lows marked off, right? The previous day high and the previous day low, I see that we are sitting at or have yet to tap into this 4-hour fair value gap. So I'm like, okay, that's an area of interest. Now, it's not at a premium, right? So it's not above that 50%. So it's not ideal, wouldn't be A plus for me. But again, as long as it respects, I'll take the setup. And that's exactly what it did. It tapped into and respected, as you can see, did not close above that 50% of this fair value gap. And on the 1 hour, it was a little choppy on the lower time frame. As you can see, we had a lot of choppiness in this area. But for me, we did not have a engulfing or a displacement to the downside like I would normally want. But on the 15-minute, we did have that bearish candle, right? And then a break of that bearish. And that's when I got in. If I don't get displacement, 9 times out of 10, I'm still going to wait for a bearish candle and then a break of the bearish if I'm selling, or a bullish candle and a break of the bullish candle if I'm buying. But this particular time, we didn't have displacement, but we did have that break. So I was looking to get in. If you look on a 5-minute, we kind of had displacement right here, but it wasn't below a low, right? So it gave me a little bit of what I was looking for, but it wasn't quite there. So I just decided to take it off of that break, which happened to be a fair value gap on the 5-minute sitting here. So it all kind of aligned. It just wasn't pretty like I would normally like to look for. We end up, because we are in that 4-hour fair value gap, all I'm looking for is if some sort of buy side liquidity gets swept. Then on a lower time frame, some sort of displacement. We didn't get the displacement I liked, but it was displacement in this area. So buy side liquidity swept, displacement to break and have a market structure shift, which we did, sitting here. Here's that market structure shift, or break a structure, however you want to call it. And then, a pullback, which was here, which also was the break of the candle for me on the 15-minute, and then continuation down to take out sell side liquidity or previous day low. Now, the reason I have this sell side liquidity sitting here instead of just marking off the previous day low is because we had already, this was the previous day low here, right? We had already kind of swept that a little bit, so I didn't want that to be a mandatory target for me. I kind of just wanted to see what price was going to do once it swept these lows, but it ended up hitting it. I mean, it's not that much of a difference as far as ticks go, 33 ticks to 37, so 4 ticks, 38, so 5 ticks difference. But it was a difference of my RR, right? So this was a 1 to 2.5, which is beautiful for me. A pretty simple trade. It took me, I was very patient with today just because I wasn't seeing what I wanted to see. So I was just like, okay, if I get a trade, I'll take it. If I don't, I don't. But I think that's really, if I'm being honest with you, that is really the game changer of my trading. Is not being pressed to take a trade, or just not expecting to trade every day. Like, I'm coming into the day looking at the charts, but I don't expect to actually take a trade. Like, if it comes and I see my setup, I'm gonna take it. If it doesn't, I'm not doing shit. I'm gonna sit on my hands. But today, in the past couple days, except for I think Tuesday, we've been getting good setups. They've been a little slow, but they're good setups. It is NFP day, so that does play a part. Now, the two particular instruments that I trade aren't really affected by NFP. I don't think at all, because NFP was at 7:30, and if you're looking on here at 7:30, 6:30, 7:30, this candle didn't really do much, right? There wasn't a lot of volume right there, so that wasn't really affected. And the same goes for crude oil. Crude oil just plummeted. Like, it didn't really do nothing else. There was there wasn't any setups for me on crude oil, so that's why I just stuck to natural gas. And natural gas respects, as best as you can expect, it respects market structure, like support and resistance, supply and demand. Those things it respects. So I love trading just because natural gas, just because for my particular strategy, it's just beautiful. So that's why you see me only trade oil and natural gas, because there's really no reason for me to trade anything else. I was trading gold at one point, but I was just getting smacked left and right with that. As far as my strategy goes, just because how volatile it is, and I wasn't patient enough for what I should have been as far as with that particular instrument. But for these, I kind of understand how it works, how these particular instruments trade. So I'm just happy to stick with these, and unless it just for some reason it just stops working, and I need to add something else. But that was, hold on, let me show you guys my P&L for today. P&L for today, $1,400 on the day. It was enough for me to pass my accounts, and also this is on the PA, for example, but I took the exact same trade on my challenge account. That got me to that $15,000 target. It's a 250K account, and you have to get $15,000 to pass. As you can see, I'm at that $15,000 plus a little bit more, about $84. But yeah, passing it on a Friday is beautiful. Starting off your next week and your Monday with a fresh live account, funded account. It's just beautiful. At this point, passing funded accounts is just who I am. I'm just like, and now the next step is to show you guys all the payouts. So once I do that, that'll probably be another video that I'll drop. It's just the payout and the withdrawals, and I'll make sure I record that for you guys. But we're gonna continue with these bangers, whether it's a live trading or breakdowns, or if there's anything else that you guys kind of want. I think I'm gonna start doing maybe like day in a life, but my shit kind of boring. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm a 9 to 5, like I have a 9 to 5, right? So I trade early in the morning, and then at a certain point I have to stop just because I have an obligation to my 9 to 5, so I have to just focus on that. But and then I do that till 5 p.m. and it's not much after that I do. But if that's something you guys want to see, I'll start dropping that. But until then, unless you guys just start requesting it, I'm gonna continue just dropping the charts, the markets, the breakdowns, and the live trading. That's it. It's a Friday, so I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my day. I hope you guys had a beautiful trading week. I hope you guys ended it in profit. And I hope that you guys are learning some things from me as far as how I trade and understanding, you know, how to make some money, man. At the end of the day, we that's what this is about, making money, making that money on. So um, again, hopefully this helps. Um, August 15th, drop of the Discord, launch of the Discord, and I hope I see you guys in that thing. Like, take advantage. It's fucking free. Sorry, excuse my language, but it's free. Take advantage. You ain't gotta pay for the exclusive if you don't want to. If that's not what you want to do, if you don't want to live trade with me every day, I'm not forcing nobody. Tap into me with the free option. You know what I'm saying? We can live trade on Fridays and see if y'all, you know what I'm saying, make some money with me, without having to pay a dime. So tap into that August 15th, and I'll see you guys next week with another either live trading or trade breakdown. All right, peace.